Hello again, I am Blunty. Today we're looking at another product from SGP Store, SGP Store. I know I've made the joke about mispronouncing their name before by saying it phonetically instead of the acronymical way. Is acronymical? I don't care anymore. SGP Store, SGP Store. I've reviewed a few of their products in the past. They've always been surprisingly good, actually, and I'm starting to really have a great affection for them. I mean, this isn't a paid endorsement or anything. This is a proper, honest review of their product. But the fact is, everything I've touched from them so far has been pretty good. So let's take a look at this, which is another product they've branded under the Steinheil brand, which I just love saying because it sounds so German and angry. The Steinheil Ultra Series Micro Lens Array Ultra Optics Anti-Fingerprint Screen Protector for the iPhone 4. It's a hell of a mouthful. Now, its raison d'etre, its reason for being, is the new micro-lensing thing they're trying here, because most anti-fingerprint screen protectors it's very subtle, but they do cloud up the screen slightly. Most of them do anyway, and the problem on doing that on most devices isn't a big problem. The problem with doing it on the iPhone 4 is because it's got that super high resolution retina display, and it's really easy to ruin all the benefits of that. So with this, they've got a whole series of tiny little microscopic micro lenses burned into the screen protector with like mystical unicorn lasers or something. I don't know how it works, but the idea is it helps the light transmit through it as clearly and as crystally as possible, while still giving you the benefits of the anti-fingerprint, anti-grease, sort of anti-shine thingy. Anti-glare. Anti-glare was the words I was looking for. My entire vocabulary and eloquence just went poof out of my head like a puff of small grey smoke. Small smoke? I don't know anymore. It's been a long morning so far, but let's take a look and see how these things measure up.
So let's look at what you get in the pack. First up, some little stickers. These are here to help you pull dust and other particulate matter from the screen before applications so you don't get any crap stuck under the screen protector, which will then drive you insane. And similarly, they give you a microfiber cloth to remove the smudges and fingerprints before application. There's also a nice stiff little plastic air bubble nuking squeegee, and like the other screen protectors I've previously looked at from SGP, they generously give you 2 of the screen protectors in every pack, just in case you screw up the application of the first one. But to be honest, application of these is pretty easy and pretty difficult to screw up, so what you've really got here is a spare you can use on another phone, or if your first one gets damaged. The screen protector itself is more than just a bit of plastic with some glue on the back. They've gone all fancy and scientific using that micro lens array on the surface. It's been specifically designed with a matte finish that effectively resists smudges and fingerprints, and it even has an anti-glare coating so you can see the screen more easily outside in strong sunlight. The film is precision cut, probably with more of those fancy unicorn magic lasers, and it fits perfectly on the iPhone, naturally leaving front camera, earpiece and home button free from obstruction. However, it did prove to be more easily damaged than the screen protectors that are designed for toughness over screen quality. In a few weeks of having the film on my phone, I managed to acquire a little patch of very fine scratches here on the edge, and a slightly more dense patch of micro scratches near the bottom. In very bright light, if you look closely and if you've got good eyes, you can see the slight dot-like pattern of all those micro lenses on the surface, but you really have to look for them to notice them in normal use, and it wasn't an issue for me. I couldn't even seem to get them to show up on camera. The film does have a kind of very fine textured feeling. It makes a kind of quiet sound when you slide a finger across it. Personally, I found the texture and feeling of it quite smooth and very pleasant to use, and you get used to that little sound. Again, just like the other SGP screen protectors I've tested, the adhesive holds with perfect precision in use, never sliding or shifting, and it'll still come off the phone when you want it to come off, and it does so without leaving any stickiness or any other residue behind whatsoever. And now that it's off, you can also see how much more mirror-like and fingerprint-happy the naked screen is. In short, this is exactly what the pack says it is, and it performs to a high level of satisfaction.
Alright then, so what's the low down bottom dollar on the Steinheil's anti-fingerprint, anti-glare micro-lensing screen thingamabob? Well, I can't recommend it as a screen protector because the fact is the very, very strong glass on the iPhone 4 is more resistant than this to scratches. I mean, I carry this deliberately in my pocket with my keys so I could test it out. Don't normally carry my iPhone in the pocket with the keys for obvious reasons, but in this instance I had to test out how tough the screen was, and as I showed you, it did leave a couple of marks around the edges. Nothing that was around the screen area, but you know, it's possible to mark that area, which is something to be aware of. But if I was caring for my phone normally and carrying it in the pocket without the keys, that wouldn't have been a problem, I suspect. But it is something you should be aware of. Now, the anti-fingerprint coat, the anti-fingerprint and the anti-glare and the micro-lensing all worked brilliantly. It is the best anti-fingerprint cover I've ever tried on the iPhone 4. And like I said at the beginning of this, most of them tend to sort of muddy up the screen a little bit. It's very, very slightly cloudy, or it washes it out a little bit. And this doesn't. Those little micro lenses thing they've got working on there, and it does the job surprisingly well. And I'll be grabbing the spare one and popping it back on my phone after I've finished filming these, I think, because it does work really, really lovely. I think they didn't want to waste postage sort of sending me this, so I actually sent along this as well, which is an iPhone case. It's handmade, made of leather, and it's just so pretty. It's just so lovely. It just feels so nice in the hand. I mean, look at that. Just really, really, really nice leather, and you can probably see there's a band, a mark there where it's been sitting in a dock, and that's just the nature of leather. Leather is soft, so it will mark like that depending on what you put it on, but it's just so lovely, and it's so luxurious. And if I pop him open here for you and show you the inside, it's got this lovely soft lining to protect the back of your phone as well, and it just fits absolutely perfectly. The fit and finish on the SGP products is brilliant, by the way. They just fit so well. And again, I'm sounding like a pitchman, and I don't mean to be, but these really are very, very nice products. And I want to tell you about very, very nice products because you want very, very nice products to buy or even consider as gifts or whatever you're doing with them. I don't care, really. I'm just here to tell you about them. But it is really, really nice. It's all luxurious. Leather iPhone case, luxury, mate, luxury. Back in my day, we made our iPhone 4 cases out of the scrotums of sickly sheep, and we were happy with it. We were proud to do that. We were lucky. Okay, I was trying to sort of riff on an old Monty Python gag there, and I sort of got carried away. I didn't write anything down. I was just sort of spooling off the top of my head, ad-libbing, and when you're ad-libbing and trying to pay homage to the fantastic guys at Monty Python, it doesn't really work that well, as will just stand out, so I apologise for that. But the point is, these are really nice, and these are really nice, and you should check them out. Thanks for watching. I am Blondie, and I will catch you next time.